Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is me Muhammad Hassnain and welcome back to another video. So in our today's video, we are going to talk about muscles and joints, the different types of joints in the human body and how muscles work. So as we know that humans are also animals. So animals have skeletons in their body. So skeletons are bone structures which are there in every human body. So without a skeleton, the human body would be just like a jelly structure. It won't stand in a proper shape. So skeletons are basically the stand of a human body. Skeletons are made up of bones. Bones can't be bent. Bones are very hard and bones are made up of calcium. So bones contain a lot of calcium. So basically you need enough calcium in your diet so that you keep your bones growing. And bones also contain living cells. So you also need to get enough protein to keep those cells and bones healthy. Our skeleton is made up of many bones. And the bones are hundreds. So you don't need to memorize all of them, but you may know the major of the bones. For example, the largest and the longest bone in the human body is femur, which is in our leg. And the smallest and shortest bone in our body is the ear bone. So as you know that bones are very hard and very strong. So bones can't be bent. But now you might be wondering that then how do we bend our elbow, because elbow also has a bone. So let me tell you that in these kind of places we have joints. Where two bones meet at a point, the point is known as a joint. There are two types of joints in a human body. The first type is a hinge joint. So a hinge joint is to be compared with a door. For example, when a door opens and closes, the same way hinge joints also open and close. They work like the hinges on the door. They move in one direction back and forth. Examples of hinge joints are your finger bones, your elbow, your knee, your ankles in your foot, and also the toes in your foot. Your jawbone, your jawline is also an example of a hinge joint. The second type of joints in our body is ball and socket joint. So we can understand them from their name itself. So ball and socket. So they have two bones. One is the end is ball shaped and the other one's end is like a cup or socket shaped. So basically in this, the ball shaped bone fits into the socket or cup shaped bone. So they together form a ball and socket joint. Examples of ball and socket joints are your shoulder, as you can move your shoulder, and hip joints. Now let's talk about specific bones in a specific place. So let me tell you about the bones and joints in your arm, because arm has several different types of joints and bones. So this is the image of your bones in your arm. At top is the scapula, which is the shoulder blade. It is at top of your shoulder. Then we have the shoulder bone, the shoulder joint, which is example of a ball and socket joint, as you can move your shoulder. Then we have the long bone, which is known as the humerus. And then we have the elbow bone, the elbow joint, which is a hinge joint. After that, in the lower part of your arm, you have two bones which are combined into one bone, ulna and radius. Then they lead into the hand. So the hand has many bones, as your fingers are made up of many bones. And the fingers also move, they bend, so they also have hinge joints. So this was all about bones and different types of joints. Now let's talk about muscles. In our body, bones and joints, they cannot move themselves. You need muscles to move them. Muscles are made up of specialized cells. These cells make themselves shorter. This is called contraction. Muscles use energy to contract. So always you have a pair of muscles. For example, in your arm, you have the bicep and the tricep. Muscles work totally opposite. When one muscle contracts, the other one relaxes, and when the other one contracts, the other one relaxes. And this is the diagram for the muscles. As I told you about the bones earlier, just add the muscles into that diagram, as muscles make the joints and the bones move. Muscles are basically attached to your bones through attachments known as tendons, which are cords. In this diagram, as you can see, the biggest muscle is bicep. So basically right now the bicep is contracting. For example, if you pick up an object, your bicep muscle will contract as there is a force in the muscle, and your tricep, which is down, will relax. But when you move your arm to another direction, your tricep muscle will contract and your bicep muscle will relax. So this was all about muscles, bones and joints and how we move. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your family and friends. Also subscribe my channel for further videos. I hope so you find this video informative. Thanks for watching.